stable, it's time for another BLD BeatDown. And today, there's only one show in town, or Brooklyn to be more precise, and that is SummerSlam 2017. Now what we're going to do is, as we've done in all our previous BLD BeatDowns, just quickly go through all the various fights and bouts and entertainment that's been lined up for us this evening, give our own little predictions. You guys can leave your predictions in the comments down below, and we can come back tomorrow and have a look, see how we all did. And perhaps there's a few surprises in store as well. Who knows? Who knows? Right, Ninja Boy, as you can see, we do have the site up alongside us to go through the matches. So if you could just scroll down, we've got to include the pre-show because there's quite an important match down there.
Yeah.
But let's do things in order. Yes. What have we got? What have we got? First up, we have
the Hardy Boys and Jason Jordan versus The Miz and the Miztourage.
So what do you reckon, Ninja Boy?
It's kind of obvious. I feel that the Hardy Boys and Jason Jordan are going to win.
Kind of obvious.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with you.
Plus, well, it happened on Raw, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, this push for Jason Jordan,
it's not like he's going to lose.
Strange storyline that's going on.
It's not like Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas have ever been to the high standards of the Hardy Boys.
Well, exactly. Very well put. Very well put. So I think we're in agreement there. It's going to be Jason Jordan and co. going to stroll away with that first win. Next up, we have...
Okay. The Cruiserweight Championship match. The champion who won it on Raw, Akira Tozawa versus Neville.
Right.
This one I'm not sure about. Because, you think that they give Tozawa a long reign, but Neville is, the main part of the Cruiserweight division. And they might put it back on him. So
what are you saying then? What's your prediction? What's your gut feeling?
Neville.
What's your heart? What's your heart telling you? What's your head telling you?
I'm going to say Neville.
You're saying Neville all round. Yeah, and it would be a strange one. I mean, Tozawa, as you say, he's just won the title. But of course, Neville kind of gave the title some kudos. Because although it was a new title and it was exciting, there were new people around, it was only really when one of the established WWE guys, Mr. Neville from Newcastle, won the title, and then people were like, okay, this is something we should be taking seriously. Perhaps a bit harsh on the guys who kicked it off, but it's the sad truth. You know, people needed to see an established WWE star in there, and Neville's the man. And I fancy him to take it back again because I think in his hands, it's. I know he's not a great public speaker, but in his hands, I think it's safe, and I think he helps carry it forward. So, and he's got that villainous look now. He's a villainous Mr. Neville. So I fancy Neville. I fancy Neville to take it. Next up, Ninja Boy. This is still the pre-show.
Final pre-show.
This is still the pre-show.
And this is a surprising one.
Wait for it.
It was the best match of Battleground by far. It's the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. New Day defending against the Usos, and the New Day members are Big E and Xavier Woods. Exactly,
Big E and Xavier, Mr. Up Up Down Down from YouTube fame, but more fame from his WWE antics, of course.
100% New Day.
100% New Day.
Especially as the Usos beat Kofi and Xavier, the pairing that won the titles on SmackDown last week.
They did, and you do tend to see if somebody's lost the previous week, they then get it back the following week.
On the pay-per-view.
I have to say, it's unusual for us to agree on the first three fights of the evening, but I do agree with you. I cannot see the Usos taking it. Much as, of course, Ninja Boy and myself have pulled both of the Uso cards in WWE Supercard.
Well, you got Jimmy, I got Jimmy and Jay.
Yeah, it's for some reason they're haunting us. I can't see, despite them trying to send us these subliminal messages saying go for the Usos. When we say Us, you say no. We're saying no to the Usos. We're saying it's going to be Big E and co. The New Day. Kofi on the edge. He's always on the edge. And Xavier are going to take it.
Okay, so main show.
Here we go.
This is
the big one.
Big Show versus Big Cass match with Enzo in a shark cage above the ring.
Right, yeah.
So I think my prediction is, okay,
yeah,
Big Cass has beaten Enzo to a punk multiple times and has even been destroying Big Show.
Yeah.
So I think Big Show will do it for both him and Enzo, win, and then Enzo gets slowed down and then they have like a friend's hug.
Right.
And after Big Show wins.
I'm
That's my
going to
prediction.
disagree with you here,
Ooh.
in as much as I get a feeling that they kind of realise they've made a mistake in splitting up Enzo and Big Cass. So I get the feeling that something may happen. It may be that Big Show wins, and then what's the unlikeliest thing that could happen would be Enzo, all 3 foot nothing of him, could turn on Big Show and defend Big Cass somehow. So
Or
I've got this feeling that somehow we're going to get engineered into this. Big Cass and Enzo are going to get back together again, because it's not really working with them as individuals.
But instead of it being a bad kind of way, it could be a good kind of way, where Big Cass apologises and and Enzo make up, and then Big Show's just like the third wheel.
So what are we saying? I mean, I guess we're both
But
saying
Big
Show's going to win
Big Show
it.
to win.
But I'm saying that the twist in it is that we're going to see some sort of reconciliation between Enzo.
I'm saying no reunite.
Not yet, or just not going to happen at all.
It might happen further on, like maybe WrestleMania or something.
Right.
But it just doesn't seem right at the moment.
Doesn't seem right. Seems right to me. Anyway, let's see. Let's see. All right.
Cass hasn't, like, he's only fought Enzo and Big Show as a singles competitor.
Yeah.
Because since being split up, they've not actually fought anyone else.
I know. They've got no one else for them to fight. That's why they've got to get back together. Anyway, next up we have...
The next match is Randy Orton versus Rusev. Another foreign villain for Randy Orton to take on.
Randall Keith Orton. Come on, Randy. Come on, Randy. I have to say, I'm not going to go against my boy Randall at all for this one.
It has to be Randy. Especially after this whole thing with Jinder that's just happened. It's like... And the
he
fact
deserves
that,
he deserves to actually now get a bit of face back and get the crowd back on side and get the win.
Match after match out of being cheated by Jinder.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say as well, it's going to be interesting from a wrestling point of view, from the technique, from the pure wrestling point of view. Randy Orton is one of the best, if not the best, technical wrestler out there for me. His timing is just superb. The RKO out of nowhere, isn't it?
Yeah, that one on SmackDown
isn't just a coincidence. It's because his timing is so perfect that he can pull it off so many times. It's going to be interesting seeing him fight such a big brute as Rusev. I can see him getting caught in a few snarky positions, but I think he's going to take it. I would be interested to see. I would be interested. It's a very different style, Rusev, very different style wrestling. I'd be interested to see how the two of them work together. But I expect Randy to pull it off.
I was just thinking.
That's dangerous.
Okay.
Yeah.
When Rusev had his whole destroy Americans thing, and all these people would step up and he'd destroy them, Randy never fought him. They've never fought yet.
No, exactly.
And also, I've pictured an ending.
All right. Yes.
Rusev goes for his little jumping sidekick. Orton dodges an RKO. 1, 2, 3.
Nice. Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Right. Next up.
The SmackDown Women's Championship. Probably one of the most boring pairings possible. Naomi versus Natalya.
Right.
I'm saying Naomi to retain, because Natalya's just old news now.
Old? She won't appreciate you saying that.
And
Not that she's ever going to see this, of course. You quite frankly don't care. Yeah, it's sort of meandering along. I don't see Natalya winning it.
If she does, then
there's a bit of sympathy in the locker room for her, saying that it's about time that she had a chance to have something. But I think WWE are giving her a chance by actually being in the fight.
Yeah, by being in the main women's feud.
It actually makes far more sense for Naomi to just keep flying the flag and flashing her boots and everything else that she does. So I want to say Naomi for that one.
Same.
Nim Nom Nimini.
Okay.
As she was once announced in the ring. Very amusing. Which announcer was that?
Lillian Garcia.
I think it was Lillian Garcia.
The one who called Big Show 4 foot tall. Like, even I'm taller than 4 foot. That's
brilliant. Brilliant. Great announcements of our time.
Next is the Raw Tag Team match. Cesaro and Sheamus against the reuniting Ambrose and Rollins. I want to say they're going to do it. Ambrose and Rollins.
Yeah, they've got to, surely.
They have all the momentum. They've just reunited, and it would be like, if they lose, it'd be such a...
Surely they've got to do it.
Put down, and it'd be like they've lost everything and there was no point of it.
Exactly. I agree with you 100%, buddy. Put it there, pal. I agree with you 100%.
Ambrose and Rollins.
It would make absolutely no sense if after all this build-up they didn't actually win. So it's got to be.
Let's just hope they find a new leader and don't bring Roman Reigns back.
They're not going to do that. No.
Or just don't have anyone else at all. Okay, next match is another Raw Championship match. This is the Raw Women's Championship match. It is Alexa Bliss defending against Sasha Banks.
Right. What do you reckon?
Bliss has had it for a while.
She has?
I think she should have it for longer, but it's been a while since Sasha has had it.
Yeah.
And WWE might think it's her time again.
Right.
Especially as Bayley's injured, they might lead to like a Sasha turns on Bayley thing. For when Bayley comes back. Right.
Is Bayley ever going to come back, or is she just going to spend her time climbing the ring with the sob stories about what's gone wrong?
I think she might come back.
I think she might come back.
So,
can they fix her?
I'm going to say Sasha Banks, because I think if Bliss wins,
yeah,
then Banks won't get another chance for a while. And I feel that when Bayley returns, Sasha Banks is just going to turn on Bayley and be like, stop with all the goody two-shoes stuff. No one cares. And then they have a rivalry, and Bayley ends up winning.
I like your thinking. So
I'm going to say Sasha.
I like your thinking, and I'm going to completely disagree with you on the result. I'm going to go for Alexa Bliss. Yeah. I just think she's a great women's champion. She's got a great look. She's got a great attitude. Just everything about her. I love her to bits. So I'm going to stick with Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
Well, that sounded more like that was coming from the heart than the head. But for all those logical reasons as well.
I actually want Alexa to win, but I think Sasha's going to win.
Right, okay.
Next up. Oh, this is a big one. It's the United States Championship match. Styles defending against Owens with Shane McMahon as the special guest referee.
Yeah.
With all the drama that's happened, Owens stirring the pot and then Styles dodging the super kick. Styles hitting Shane with a Pele kick. It's all been a bit crazy and it's hard to know who will win, but I think it's going to be a bit of reverse psychology, so it's going to be like Styles hits the Styles clash on Owens, gets upset with Shane, nearly pushes him. Owens tries sneaking up on Styles.
Right.
Styles dodges, Shane blocks, and then Styles.
Is this the whole fight?
No, and then but meanwhile
you've not thought
Styles
about this at all,
is
have
out
you?
on the ring and hits Owens with a phenomenal forearm and wins. So I'm saying Styles for the win.
Right. The only fight that we've said so far, the only bout that we've predicted where there might be a bit of something a bit strange or different going on is the Enzo watching Big Cass and Big Show.
Yeah. I just want to add something.
It hasn't finished. Flipping heck, yeah? Carry on.
But then afterwards...
There is more!
Later on, Owens and Shane might have a rivalry. Owens gets upset. I want a proper referee. And then they end up having a rivalry.
Right.
Just for a bit. And they have one match. Shane wins.
Right. Okay.
And that's that.
That's quite a lengthy plot line you've drawn out there.
Well, I did that for the last one.
What I want to happen is I want AJ Styles to win. And I want it to be clean.
Yeah, no flumpy.
I can't imagine flumpy. Good one. I can't imagine it's going to be clean.
With Shane as the ref after everything.
It's been so convoluted, hasn't it? I mean, it's been entertaining.
And a very controversial one.
It's been entertaining, but it's been so convoluted. I can't imagine that this is just going to end nice and cleanly.
There's going to be a lot of controversy.
And I quite like your idea of Owens and Shane McMahon, Shane and Mac having some sort of rivalry, but I don't know. I can see Kevin Owens winning, but I want AJ Styles to win. So I guess I've got to go for Kevin Owens. In as much as I think he's still going to win, and I think it's going to be by underhand means.
Hey, another theory. If Owens
You've got time for this, yeah.
Shane will have taken in everything that Owens said to him on SmackDown about Styles.
Right.
And ends up just doing a fast count when Owens goes for the pin.
Right.
Towards the end, and
Styles
and Shane have another feud.
Yeah. Either way, AJ Styles has been an absolute trooper this past 18 months, however long he's been ploughing the WWE boards. It's been quite. How long has it been? Is it a couple of years now, or is it 18 months? It is about 18 months, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 18, 19 months.
Yeah. So he does deserve a bit of a break, has to be said. And the few matches that we've been to, a few in London here, where he's been in all the dark matches as well as in the main shows. We've seen him fight about 5 times over 2 days.
I saw one time he had to do 2 dark matches.
Yeah. It's like back to back.
For someone.
Yeah. So he really does work hard, and he does deserve a bit of a break. But that's how I can just see Owens doing. Anyway, look, next up, what we got?
Next one, it's another repeat match. Actually, one that happened on Raw. It's Balor versus Wyatt.
Yeah.
Balor for the win. Demon lost on Raw, so it's kind of. If you put it together, it says Balor wins.
Yeah. Finn Balor, a bit of momentum behind him now.
And it even says the Demon.
You know, he's been back for a little while, and the momentum's good behind him. Everyone loves him, but also Bray Wyatt. They don't let Bray Wyatt win in pay-per-views. It's not a thing that happens. Bray Wyatt doesn't win in pay-per-views.
I think they need to both of them need to go to a separate feud afterwards.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, maybe be introduced to the title feud, because again, Balor is. Never lost his title fairly.
Yeah, held it for 18 hours, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I just love the way he popped his shoulder back in when he dislocated his shoulder.
I dislocated my shoulder.
People who say that wrestling's just all patter cake and it's not serious and people don't get hurt. Think you're wrong there.
Well, how about John Cena's broken neck? Anyway, moving on to the next match.
Yeah, and his smashed nose against Seth Rollins, yeah.
So, wait, are you going for Balor?
Yes, I am. Sorry, yes.
Finn,
for me! It's going to be something special.
Okay, nice pun. Talking of John Cena, the next match is Cena versus Corbin.
Right.
Corbin's cashing on SmackDown.
Yeah. What a waste.
His shoulder was up as well.
What
by
a
the
waste.
way, just saying.
Yeah.
2 3/4, his shoulder leaned up.
Yeah.
That shows how Jinder is the chosen one.
Yeah.
For the title at the moment. But I think it's kind of obvious Cena is going to win. Unless...
Yeah, I think that, if that does happen, then they're just turning Corbin into the angry young man. Sort of nothing's working for him, everyone's against him, all that type of thing.
And then
he's going to
plough 3 people.
Having said that, John Cena doesn't mind giving people a sort of a little step up to the next stage. And, I think... I want to go for Corbin, It's a bit of a shocker.
That would be cool.
A bit of a shocker. I'm going to go for Corbin because I just think that he's been messed around with his money in the bank.
Yeah. That was just stupid.
It was. It's a complete waste. So I think they've now got to make amends.
Yeah.
And I think this could be the start of them making amends and get a win against Cena.
So
where he goes next, I'm not quite sure. But
2 possibilities is he beats Cena, big star now. He's he's beaten John Cena and he's not been fighting for that long in WWE. Or he loses, gets aggressive, beats up little people and works his way back up.
Beats up little people? Well, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs in it as well.
There was something else I wanted to say, but I can't remember it.
Right, well, move on. You might remember it in a bit.
Again, talking of someone else who we mentioned, Jinder Mahal defending his WWE Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura. Do they take it off Jinder at the moment? That's the question. Nakamura, I feel they have to have Nakamura to win to promote how
surely the great Khali will come gracefully into the ring, jump up onto a top rope. Hang on, let me do Great Khali's current favourite move. And you went to fall over. Yeah, this guy can barely put one foot in front of the other these days, so that wasn't right, was it? Yeah, I don't know. I think depends which market they're trying to aim for. Obviously Jinder's been bringing in the Indian market. We're now going to move and it's Shinsuke's turn for a bit.
I'm going to say Shinsuke.
I don't know. You're going Shinsuke. I think Jinder's going to keep it. I'll go for Jinder. Albeit, I do feel it's about time it got passed on. He's had it for a little while. He's had a good run.
Yeah. Although, the only person he's beaten for the title is actually Randy Orton, so they might have him win.
It's very true.
Because he's only beaten one person.
It's very true. Very true. Yeah. Yeah. To be a true champion, if you've held it for that amount of time, you've got to beat more than one person. Yeah. And without the help of a whole entourage. Yes. And now
the main event.
The big one.
The Fatal 4-Way Universal Title match. Champion Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns.
versus Samoa Joe versus Braun Strowman. And if Brock Lesnar loses, he leaves WWE with Paul Heyman.
How do you see that one going? How do you see that one going?
I think the reason why they've made this stipulation is because Lesnar might take some time off.
Right.
And so they're going to give the title to someone else to make it a bit more active.
So what's going to happen to Paul Heyman? Our main man. Big
I don't
Paulie.
know. It's going to be a shame to see them leave. I'm going to say Joe.
Samoa Joe,
I'm
yeah.
going to say Joe because my thinking, Strowman and Reigns, I guess they still hate each other. So they're still going to like have one last match.
Right.
It's like a #1 contenders match on the next pay-per-view to see who fights Joe.
And then they'd fight whoever's got the title.
Yeah.
Right.
That's my long-term storyline.
Right.
So I'm going to say Samoa Joe.
How about Roman Reigns? You're not keen on that one.
No.
Is there anyone?
I would cry.
There are some Roman Reigns fans out there because they do comment on our videos saying, well, actually, I quite like Roman Reigns. So they do exist, and they are over the age of 10. So, yeah.
Then it's not like mums commenting for their babies.
Yeah, could well be. Yes, right. Where do I see it going? Samoa Joe. I don't think Samoa Joe's done enough on his own. Oh, sorry. There's a subscriber noise going off in the background. I don't think Samoa Joe's done enough on his own to warrant winning it just yet. I think he's close. He's close, but I just don't think he's done enough. Roman Reigns, no, forget it. It's not happening. Braun Strowman. No, I could see Braun taking
Strowman
it.
has worked so hard since being drafted to Raw.
Do you know what?
He does deserve it.
When he first came in as part of the Wyatt family,
Everyone's like,
he's like, okay, he's a unit,
okay.
but it's just like a bigger unit than Bray Wyatt, and he looks like some sort of cross between Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. So.
And then he just develops his way up
I don't even quite know
favorite.
how to describe how he's blossomed. I mean, you don't look at someone as big and as ugly as Braun Strowman and say he's blossomed. I was trying to find the right word. So, yes, look, he's blossomed. Look how much he's blossomed. But it's true.
His way up to the top.
It's true. He's become extremely popular. He's a good fighter. He's surprisingly athletic for a big lad.
Yeah.
He's and obviously extremely strong as well. I'd quite like the look of Strowman with that title, you know.
Honestly, I think Strowman could pick Kalisto up with his pinky.
So, and I think that would keep Roman Reigns happy in as much as they would then have Roman Reigns chasing Braun Strowman for the title because it extends their rivalry. I'm going to go for Braun Strowman. I'm going to say, sorry, Brock, but I agree with you. I think you've just fancied a bit of time off, and Paul Heyman has been around for so long. The service he's done for wrestling in general has just been phenomenal. We absolutely love him to pieces here at BadLadDad HQ.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he's got other projects that he can be getting on with for the time being. So he's never not working, that man. So I'm going to go Braun Strowman. Yeah. Braun!
I have something to add.
And here we go, just for a change, before we go, Ninja Boy's got something to add.
Just as a random shout, it might be too early.
Oh, I've got something else to add, actually. Yeah, carry on.
There might maybe be an interference on after match assault.
Oh, I've had a thought. I've had a thought, yeah, carry on.
Bobby Roode?
No, I wasn't going to say that, although that was
he did lose the title.
Yeah, that's...
At TakeOver.
Well, I've given me another thought. Undertaker's retired. Taker has gone. Taker's not part of this anymore. Someone tweeted a picture of him getting on a plane to New York yesterday.
He just comes out, ruins Roman Reigns.
I'm just wondering if perhaps, wouldn't that be great? Hey, he could take revenge on Lesnar, revenge on Roman Reigns. I'm writing it. I'm writing it as we're going. I'm writing it as we're going along. This is what should happen.
It'd be like, hey, Brock.
Forget what does happen.
Lesnar's out the ring.
Whatever does happen,
cold.
Can't beat this. His Taker comes in and absolutely wreaks havoc. He gets his revenge on Roman Reigns. He gets his revenge on Brock Lesnar. What better way for Brock Lesnar to be retired than for Taker to come in and do it and get his revenge? Oh, I love it. I love it. Quick, give me Paul Heyman's number. No, give me Triple H's number. Come on, let's do this.
Honestly, Honestly, I have an idea. So, Lesnar hits an F5 on, say, Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
Goes for the cover, lights go out.
Yeah.
Taker, tombstone, Lesnar's out the ring, out cold.
God, this is what should happen.
Then Reigns comes in for the pin, but Taker catches him by the throat, picks him up, tombstone, Reigns is out the ring, out cold.
We need to get on a plane to Florida. WWE needs to give us a job as the writers for the shows, because this is gold dust. No, this is the truth, not our truth. No, what am I saying? Come on.
Wait, Reigns doesn't roll out the ring, and Strowman rolls out the ring, but Roman is down after the tombstone. Joe comes in and pins Roman.
Right.
Because Taker then leaves.
So you're still in your scenario. You've still got Samoa Joe.
But it might switch for you, because it could be then Reigns is out the ring, and then
the thing is,
Taker leaves. Strowman gets up and hits.
Whoever
Joe.
wins the title is almost incidental. If we could just have this absolute ultimate wish of Taker coming in and ending Brock Lesnar's WWE career and getting revenge on Roman Reigns.
Oh.
Bella, that would be absolutely fantastic. But there we go. That's our somewhat outlandish, maybe a bit crazy, maybe a bit wild. But hey, this is WWE and we want a bit of entertainment, don't we?
You need to change it up once in a while.
That's what we think. Let us know what you think down below. There's quite a few hours before it all kicks off yet. It's midday Sunday here in the UK, so you've got plenty of time if you're in the States to give us your opinion. It doesn't kick off till around sort of midnight-ish for us, so there's a good few hours to go. What? What's 3 o'clock?
The time.
What, now?
Yeah.
Right, okay. It's 3 PM here in the UK. You've probably got that. So there's still, that's good, so there's a good 9 hours to go before this all kicks off. So let us know in the comments down below what you think is going to happen, and then we can come back tomorrow and compare and contrast how we all got on. It's got to be Taker. Got to be Carl, please. Anyway, until we see you next time, thanks ever so much for watching. Of course, you can follow us on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. That's where there's plenty of banter. And of course, there's all the other videos that we do, WWE Supercards, and all the other games we play, WWE Tap Mania, which we owe you one of those as well. Please subscribe and like if you like the video. And until we see you next time, you stay cool.